Hello friends, welcome back to the vlog. Oh, that's a little bit lower than I thought it was gonna be, but oh well. Hey, hi, hello. Today is Tuesday, it's June 13th. And I just had a pretty normal-ish summery morning today. Got up, went to Pure Barre, went to the pool. I've been taking my bathing suit and changing in the pool bathroom so that way I don't disturb the pups. I like coming home and changing and then going again. I didn't stay for too long because it's a beautiful day. It's like 80 degrees, it's breezy, it's not that humid, but there's like thunder rolling in the distance, and even though like the skies are blue, I don't see any dark clouds anywhere. It was making me just a little bit nervous. So I did get in for a little bit. Thank goodness it was the first day it's been warm enough to get in, because we had like a cold snap and the pool's not heated, and so it took a really long time for the pool to warm itself back up, you know, from the sun. And so that I did actually get to go in and like swim today, which was really nice, but it wasn't for very long. Where are you? Oh my gosh. Sorry, this dog. Came home, took a shower, ate, read a book, and I've been working on piano. So we got a piano, as you probably have seen by now. It was the one that was at our church, and now it is here in my home. And so we got it last week, a week and a half ago, something like that. I think it was a week and a half ago. We got it, and I could only find one book, like piano book, and it was a Christmas one. And then pretty much immediately the next day covered up the piano because I started painting and doing this whole project. And so yesterday was the first day I actually got to play piano, because it was the first day that like I was done with all of this stuff, which I'll show you in a little bit. So that was nice. Okay, maybe I should have showed you this later because we have a bunch of trash. But here's the room. So we have the piano. Aww. And then I painted the walls. They're this like really nice mid gray color. I actually really like the color. It's not too dark, not too bright. Very like good in the middle. I really like it actually. And then the bottom, I added this picture frame molding here. So I had to like cut all those pieces, put them up on the wall, do all the measurements, remember how to do math, that whole shebang, and then painted that whole section. And it does go all the way around. So here's like a little bit, and then up underneath the window. And then yesterday I put up these bookshelves that you can't see because window. So I put up these bookshelves, are the same ones that we have like all over our house. It's just not, it's not, there we go, okay. Nope. That's a little better. We put up these bookshelves. They're from Target. I have them everywhere in our house. They come in a ton of different sizes. They're really good quality and a bunch of different colors. So these are the skinny 5-shelf ones. They're like 18 inches, so they fit on the side there perfectly. They're also, these are the same. They're the 5 shelves with the cabinets underneath, and then they also have a version without the cabinets if you wanted that. I have 3 in my office that are white that are all the same line. And here you can see why I need to clean, because this is, it's ridiculous. So I'm gonna get as much as I can away. Some things, like I don't know where this rug is gonna go because it really doesn't go in here, but I kind of feel like we need to put it in here just for now until we get a new one. And then like, I don't know where this is going. I don't know where these books are going. So there's some things I can't do yet because I need to consult with the husband about where things are headed. But that's all. I'm gonna get as much as I can. So like any tools that have a home, trash, all of that kind of stuff. If I know where it goes and I can do it, then I'm gonna go ahead and do it. So that's the current situation here. My plan for this week is basically just like get things cleaned up, get some progress on filming and editing and doing all those things. Oh, editing was on my list for today. Writing lots of blog posts. I've been batching them and writing 3 a day this year. Now, in my own defense, a lot of the ones I picked this year are shorter than normal. So typically I would go way more in depth. Like last year I had a lot of really long blog posts. A lot of them this year are shorter. But still. I've been very proud of myself. So I think I have 12 done so far. So I think that's pretty good. We'll see what we can do. And then, yeah. And then next week, we're gonna conquer this room because we moved the dining table over here because we're like, oh, it'd be cool if you walk in and it's like piano. You know, it just looks a lot cooler than a dining room table. So moved it over here, but then I was like, this room is too plain. So we have plans. There's plans, but I think we're gonna tackle that next week. I think we're gonna do like an every other week kind of situation. I also need to paint the children's church at some point, but I have people that are gonna help me with that. I don't know when that will be. Not this week, obviously. Not next week, because I'm gonna do that. All right, we are taking a nice coffee break. The one earlier, by the way, was my first cup of the day. This is only 2, which is pretty on par. I feel like 2 is reasonable. 3 when we need it. It's kind of my current coffee motto, because I don't have coffee when I go to bar, because I just don't have enough time in the morning to have my smoothie and also do all the things. Anyway, got a lot done. I didn't quite finish, but I was just kind of at the point of like, all right, we need to do something else after like an hour and a half of organizing and putting things away, and it's just not my favorite task, and so it's not something that I can do for hours and hours and hours. I've just been sitting here kind of chilling for a little bit, but I am going to write some blog posts now. I am batching my blog posts again. And I mentioned this on Instagram the other day, and I've gotten so many questions about it, which I thought was ironic because I have a whole video about it. So like I talked about it last year and like did the whole process. And it's funny because it's like my blogging videos don't do as well on my channel as some of the other videos. But when I get questions, they're always about blogging and people wanting to know like how I do this, how I do that. Can you make a video about this? And so that's a really odd thing to me, but I wanted to show you kind of how I do it anyway, just in case, and you can go watch the whole video. But here, let's show you. Sweatshirt acquired because this is actually for some reason the coldest room in the whole house, which makes it the best room in the whole house. I don't know why, but it is always, I mean, like I open the door and it is significantly colder in here. Like the air just must blow really hard in this room. The exercise room is pretty good too, but this room is where it's at. My bedroom, always hot. Neither here nor there. Okay, so I'm currently in the writing phase. When I'm doing the writing phase of blogging, I like to throw all of them into a Google Doc. This does a couple of things because one, it means that I can easily find them and they're searchable in Google Drive. So especially if they haven't been posted yet on the blog, like they haven't come out yet, I can still find all the information. 2, it's just like less distractions. 3, I don't have to worry about like any of the editing. And 4, I like having a backup because I have actually lost blog posts before with like website issues. So just like to make things nice, I like to have backup. I first go through and I write all the topics over here. Someone was asking about this. This is just, if you come up here, you see how this says title. If I click that, you can click normal text and it'll be like this. Or if you click any of these, if you do a heading, it shows up over here. It makes like an outline. And if you have like heading 1, heading 2, then your heading 2 will be like in a little bit and it shows like a whole outline. It's very cool. But I just have them all on the same one. So I just write all the topics here. And so I just go to the next thing that needs to be written and go for it. I've been writing 3 this year, which is a lot. Look at all those things. Every once in a while I will already have like a photo or something, because if I'm looking at it as inspiration for writing, I'll go ahead and put it in so that I don't have to like remember it.
Okay, so you can see here, I didn't write this one, but I kind of got started with it. So that's probably the one I will do today because I wrote a couple of ideas out. And then here's what the rest of them look like. Here's one that I wrote. If I am writing one that I'm feeling stuck on, or that just seems too hard, especially if it's the third one, like I already wrote 2, I just want to be done and just want a quick one, then I'm totally okay with just skipping down. So yesterday I wrote 2 and then I was like, all of these are too stressful. Here's one that I knew would be quick and easy and I knew what to do. And so I just did that one instead. So FYI, there's that. Then once I'm finished with all of these, I will copy and paste them into my actual blog, and then I will add all the links and stuff at the end. So I write all of the posts first, then I go through and I make the graphics and I add the links and I do all of those things once they're all written out, and schedule them as well. I got a question the other day about why I schedule them like one per week or one every other week instead of just doing them all and posting them all at once. I'm assuming that's because if you look at blogging advice, a lot of times people will say that you should have 10 blogs before you post your blogs. And it doesn't matter too much when you post your blogs, although if you're posting a seasonal thing, you should post it early if you want it to gain traction. However, I use my blog as the source of inspiration for everything I do with my audience. So if I'm sending emails, when I'm making Instagram content, I'm basing it all off of my blog post. So I publish a blog post every other week. I'm trying to do every week this year. We'll see how it goes. And so it's like, okay, new blog post came out. I'm sending that to my email list. New blog post came out, I'm making reels about it, I'm talking about it. Like, so I use it as like that. If you don't have an audience, there's not like a good reason to schedule them out, you know, a year in advance. So there you go. That's what I got for you. Was you gonna tell you anything else? I don't know. I also will say I don't do what you're supposed to do with seasonal content, because like I have some Halloween stuff in here. I'm gonna post those in like September or October, which is not good for like gaining traction on Pinterest and all that kind of stuff. But it is good for my audience because they're not thinking about Halloween 3 to 6 months ahead, which is when you would want to post it if you wanted to gain traction. So that's kind of how I deal with that. I base it off my audience, and I like it to be consistent so that when someone comes to my website, they know that I'm still there and I'm still, you know, relevant. I'm posting. You should still, you know, come check out my stuff and all that kind of stuff. I have actually one time I did not post anything for like, I ended up being like 6 months. It was during COVID and I was just, it was like too much. And somebody messaged me and was like, I noticed you haven't posted on your blog. Are you all right? I was like, yes, I'm just overwhelmed. Like, it was really sweet. So that's my story about the blogging thing. Super random, but I was trying to come up with how I could save some time, and I decided if I learn to type faster, then I would save time because I could, you know, write more blogs in less time. So I've been using these 2 websites. This one is called keybr.com, like keybr.com, and this one is like a typing thing program. You can't see it. It's like a typing program. So you go through and type all the things. But what I like about this one is it goes by letters. So you can see this is an M section. So it's like practicing with certain letters, and then it will go to P and practice with lots of things with P. What I don't like about it is that a lot of the words are not words. And sometimes it's really hard for me to type them out because they're not words. And I find that the ones that are actual English words, I type much faster. So that's kind of annoying. I am looking for a new one. They do have a typing test on here, but I actually use this one called 10fastfingers.com and do my typing tests on here. So every couple days, I'll spend like 5 to 10 minutes on this, and then I'll do my little typing test. I've gotten like 10 words per minute faster, which is not a ton, but it's a little bit, so that's good. Since we're talking about all of these things, I also downloaded Evernote. I have been learning about Tiago Forte's second brain method. It's changing my life. I am obsessed. And so in the Second Brain method, basically you have like a note-taking app or something where you just keep all your stuff. And he has a couple of different things. And so I've been using this and it has just made my life a lot easier. And then I use his little para method where you sort things into projects, areas, resources, and archive. Projects are like things I'm currently working on. So like my summer camp lessons, things I'm currently working on. Areas are things you're interested in or like things you're working on. So like I have an area for house stuff and an area for garden plating that are things that I'm gonna use one day but I'm not currently using. Like more like things I'm thinking about. I'm gonna put recipes in there and stuff like that. Resources is other things that you're interested in. I haven't used that at all. And then archive is where you put things when you're done so that you never actually lose them by deleting them. They're just archived, so if you need them, they're there. So I haven't totally like figured everything out in Evernote, but Evernote is the one that I chose and I've been really liking it. And so here, let's show you. So like I have areas and currently my areas are garden planting and house updates. So if I click on house updates, you can see I have, these are tasks. Oop, did that. I also have a shopping list on here. These are all tasks I didn't know at the time. You can do like little squares, like checkboxes, I think is what they're called, and it pops up differently. So then I have like things I need to purchase. And then here are like things I want to do. So I finished piano room, I painted Nyla's room, and then I did the hallway. So these are like all different options. And then you can add like photos. So I have some like inspirational photos of like things that I want to do. I was looking at Backsplash the other day. So I have like Backsplash in here linked to it. Projects for Rock is actually my high school best friend's dad, who owns a like construction company that he makes like the coolest things. So those are my projects that are like over me. And then you can also link to other notes. So I have like linked to dining room. And when I go to dining room, which is under my projects area, I have like, here are the things we're going to do in the dining room. Here's some links to things, some like inspirational photos of what I want to do, some pictures of like artwork I might want to do, and just like things like that. So these things are in my projects area so that I can find them there. So all of that to say that I'm really liking Evernote so far. I just got started with it. I know I'm like a million years behind on the digital note-taking thing, but I'm liking it. It's been helpful. Obviously, currently not being used for like business stuff, but that will change because I do plan to use this to like just keep track of more things and you just stuff. So that is my story. The reason I picked Evernote over like Notion, I feel like it's the most popular one, is because Evernote, you can upload PDFs and you can upload pictures of things you've written, and it can read the text on your PDF in the paid version, not the free version. But what's cool about that is that then you can search for things and it can read your PDF and pull those up. So that's why I ended up going with this one. And I kind of liked how it was laid out. It's a little more simple than Notion, but that's my story on all the things. So I'm a type, I'm right, and then we'll see what time it is, because I decided 6 o'clock is when I'm going back to clean the closet and then work on cleaning more downstairs. What are we eating today? I have no idea. I should figure that out. Tally's decided that the footrest is her bed, which actually works pretty well. There we are. Ignore this. I know what everything is. right, little tip. I've been sharing with you that you should save everything. So save emails that you write that are good. Save Instagram, you know, captions that you like. Save all those things because you can reuse them. I don't know if you noticed this, but I do that all the time. I actually had a whole Instagram post the other day that was like a carousel, and I talked about saving everything. I used those same things and put them into my email list and to put them into my email for the next week. And that's what I based the email off of. And I like, you know, copy and pasted, add a little bit more, and we're good to go. I could even use those things, and I'm gonna make a video that is largely based on those concepts that I shared. So save everything and copy and paste as your friend. Y'all, if I'm writing a blog post about my favorite songs for rest, and my song for rest also appears in my song for So Me Lessons, you can use the same copy, just copy and paste and change whatever you need to change and update and expand, but you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to rewrite it if you already wrote it. That's been one of the most helpful things with this particular set of blog posts, is that I have already written so many blog posts that a lot of times I've been able to copy and paste them. I'm working on a book, and in this book, it's for music teachers, but in this book, I have literally been able to copy my blog posts and put it in my book and then add things and change things and edit things. But like, I'm starting with something I already have instead of starting from zero. And it has been so helpful. And you know what? Nobody's gonna notice. No one's gonna notice. I often make my Instagram captions copy and paste it out of my emails for the day. Nobody notices. And if they do, then they're like, oh, look, you're all coordinated and got everything matching. Yeah. No, like the likelihood that someone's gonna read the 2 blog posts that match, that have a little piece of them that match, and notice that is very slim. Go for it. Don't worry about it. One thing I love about Nyla is she will randomly notice something, like visually. So she just saw that air balloon up there, like out of nowhere, and she's just staring at it. This will happen all the time. Like the other day she did it with a fan. Like she looked up and all of a sudden was like, where'd that come from? One time she did it in the doctor's office. There was like a statue of a dog, and she started barking at it, and the vet was like, I've never had a dog do that. First of all, dogs, you know, typically dogs smell and taste things rather than like look at them to get information. Secondly, it's just so funny. Like, it'll just randomly, she'll just stop and like stare at something like, where'd that come from? Where'd that come from? Got the clothes put away, and then I cleaned out a whole bunch of stuff from my closet. I didn't even try any of these things on. I just went through and was like, haven't worn this in a long time, haven't worn this in a long time. So feeling a little bit better about that. I think I still could get rid of more. I've been really weird lately about not wanting to like get rid of things. Normally I'm like, throw it out, get it out, go away. So that's been weird, but working on it. So here's a big old pile, and all the things from J. Crew the other day are now away. Here's my super fancy outfit of the day. Hello, Nyla. These are the linen shorts I got from J. Crew. I got 2 pairs. I might order a few more because I like them. They're stretchy. They have a drawstring. They're just like really comfy, but they look like actual shorts, so I don't feel like I'm wearing my pajamas. I know some people are happy wearing their pajamas. If that's you, great. I can't do it. I didn't dress up that nicely though. I'm just wearing like a t-shirt also from J. Crew. This one's an old one. And then I love this sweatshirt. It's so cute. It's really lightweight. It's like a fishy print. And then I got it monogrammed with my initials. And yes, my initials spell red. And slippers. I think those are from Amazon. And these little hoops that I got also from Amazon. I've been wearing them pretty much every time that I'm doing something where I don't want to wear regular earrings. So like bar class, pool. I've worn them to bar, to the pool, and in the shower today, and like they've been great. The only thing is, for some reason, the top hole on this ear, I have a really hard time getting it in for some reason, so it irritates that one a little bit. But the other 3 are fine. So I don't know what that is, but there we are. Also, there's a pocket, in case you're wondering. I think they still have this print. If not, I'll link the style below and you can check it out because they have other ones. They're not cheap, but they're so cute. And I wear them like everywhere with leggings, to bar, under jackets, around the house, all the time. I wasn't going to buy more mugs. I've been like, I'll pick them up and I keep putting them down and not getting them. Just, we got a lot. I'm starting to like get rid of things. But y'all, this is amazing. I think this might be my new favorite of all time. But I mean, listen, it's a close second. I need one that says like fish are friends, not food, with Bruce on it. That would be amazing. I would use it all Shark Week. I guess I can kind of use this one for Shark Week. Just look at that. Too good. Hey, hi, hello. I'm just gonna film everything in this room from now on because I'm just so proud of it and I like it a lot. But today is a dreary Wednesday over here. I've actually had a busy day. It's already 5 o'clock. Got up, did my workout, went to summer camp. Wednesdays are my long days. So on Wednesdays I have 6 classes. So I'm there from like 9:30 till 2. And then tomorrow is my shorter day. So I'm at a different school, but same program. From 9:30 to 12. So I get a little break on Wednesdays, so that's why it ends up being a little bit longer, even though it's not that many more classes. So that's the story. And then I went to meet up with a lady from my church because we're working on a I don't know the best way to explain it. At Christmas time we do like, you know, toy donations. We make shoe boxes for the inner city ministry that our church is affiliated with. So we're doing like a Christmas in July to go ahead and get some things in now, so that we'll have things like more prepared and people hopefully we'll have more stuff because people can buy stuff now and, you know, in November when we get ready to do it for real. So we met today to like plan out our whole like Christmas in July campaign situation, and she's really super awesome. She's gonna help me like paint the children's church, so we talked about that and some other things and just stuff. So it was really nice. I definitely am not as social as I probably should be. So that's something I have recognized and I am actively trying to work on. So like, for example, at summer camp, across the hallway, there's a violin teacher. So I've been trying to like talk to her whenever we both don't have kids and just, you know, just being a little bit more friendly is something I'm working on, especially going to a new school. It's like now was a good time to be a friendlier person. Anyway, all that to say, yeah, it's like 5 o'clock. It's dreary, it's gross. I don't really want to do anything, and I didn't really have much planned because I knew I was gonna be gone all day anyway. So I want to make some coffee. I do still need to write blog posts, but other than that, I don't know, play piano, read a book. I should probably clean more stuff because there's lots more stuff to clean, but I don't want to, so I don't think I'm going to. So that's my story. That's where we are. Maybe I'll don't have the hiccups. I might vacuum though, because I only vacuum downstairs and upstairs really needs to be vacuumed too. So that might be my one. I always feel like if I can check off like a business thing and like a house thing, I feel pretty successful. So that's kind of my like, I can check off business, check off house, and check off like a productive other thing. So like playing piano. I feel pretty good about myself. So I'm gonna change. I'm gonna make some iced coffee. Yes, I'm gonna have iced coffee at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And yeah. Okay, so this might sound bad, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. When you're doing a blog post or an Instagram reel or anything where you're doing a roundup, so you're talking about multiple things that are related, you wanna be very strategic with what order you put them in. So for example, if I have something that is a freebie that's gonna get you on my email list, I always put that first, because 1, people like free things, and 2, because they are most likely to see the first item because it's first, right? Great. So I always make sure I put that first. My second one is going to be whatever product I want to make sure they see. So maybe like the most exciting one or the most interesting one, something like that. After that, I try to alternate between like something you could buy, something that you don't have to buy, so that that way it's not, you know, here spend $8,000. Now, sometimes like yesterday I did my favorite songs for rest, and y'all, I have a lesson pack with Google Slides for every single one on that list, because those are the ones that I use all the time. And so it was like, well, of course I use these all the time, that's why I have them. So sometimes that happens. If that is the case, I would say just don't push it very hard. But it's better if you can kind of alternate and make it not quite so, you know, into it. So that being said, make sure freebies go first. Anything you want to make sure that people see goes second. Alternate, and remember that half the people are going to click out before they finish the article. So if it's important, put it earlier on, but that doesn't mean do all the paid products first. It means alternate so that, you know, but like the better ones, but getting. Hello from a stormy Thursday. It has been storming like crazy this week. Like normally we have, you know, we'll have a rain shower here and there, but this has been like torrential downpour for hours and hours and hours, with thunder and lightning, and like the power went out on Saturday, and it's been every single day for hours. Yesterday we were under a tornado watch from like 4 to 10, one touchdown in the county over. Like it's been crazy down. But it just started like storming. We've had some nice thunder rolling. I just got home from summer camp. I am now halfway done with summer camp, which feels pretty good, though really sad. Anyone else feel like it's like, I'm glad that, you know, I enjoy it, but I'm happy that it's halfway over. But then also I'm like, oh, but then summer, it's taken away. Last night we did some rearranging, and I think this might be the layout we go with for the dining room. We're still trying to mess with things, but we invited my in-laws over for Father's Day dinner on Saturday. So that means that all of this needs to get cleaned up. I was like, all right, no pressure. Yeah, so I have like today, but today I have to film videos, and at some point I need to edit some videos. And then I have tomorrow, but I have bar class. I need to go to my mom's house, and then we have Saturday until they get here. So it's like, okay, stress. But we'll see what happens today. Specifically, I need to film videos. I need to organize my office, because if I organize my office, I think some of like the extra books and stuff might end up over there. So I need to organize my office, see if I can get any room in my closet in particular, so that if I need, you know, that extra storage space, and then like figure out where those are gonna go and make it look at least somewhat presentable for this week. There, where the coffee maker's going, all that fun stuff. But again, I'm like, I don't want to get it like super pristine, because my plan is Monday to redo this room, so it's gonna not be very pristine. Anyway, so that's the current thing after lunch and after. So it's like lunch, film videos, organize office, and then clean up out here is the plan for today. And at some point I gotta do some blog posts, at some point I gotta do some videos. It's just a lot. One thing I found really helpful is that since summer is some days like, oh, I have literally all day long with nothing to do, and I have tons and tons of time, and then I have other days where, you know, like yesterday I was at summer camp all day, and then I went to a meeting and I got home at like 5 o'clock. Since every day is just very, very different, and sometimes like I didn't know I was gonna have that meeting until 2 days ago. So like a lot of things like that pop up. I didn't know my in-laws were coming over until last night when we decided. So it's like a lot of things have been popping up recently. So I've been finding it helpful in my planner on my like preview page, instead of just writing a couple things, I've been writing like
everything down on the preview page. Like, here's all the things I need to get done this week. And then each day I look at that and I make the list for the day on the day. So I don't really have anything other than like summer camp or things like that planned ahead of time, so that on the day I can figure out like what I actually have time for right now. And that has been super helpful. So that's the plan. I'm gonna eat some food and figure out what I'm filming. That's probably a good idea, right? Right. Details. It's fine. It's fine. You just go for it, right? Quickly, I did want to mention that if you haven't grabbed these shoes yet, you should definitely get them because they are like the comfiest things of my life. The end. The thing we did last night was finally book the plane and the hotel for Boston. So the TBT conference is now 25 days away, but officially, I mean, I was going because I'm presenting, but officially I'm going. I will not be there till Thursday. So if you're going, I'll see you, but not till Thursday. And so flight is booked, hotel is booked. I also bought Disney tickets. So we got all of those like giant things checked off my list yesterday, which was very, very helpful. My office isn't great, but it's a lot better. I gotta figure out where this table's going, but look, we have floor space. The main thing I wanted to do today was reorganize the closet, and I can't do that because the command hooks I bought were too small. Because I was gonna put my lounge flies on in there. Look at this one. It's so cute. I'm gonna put all the lounge flies in on, like hanging them on the door, but the hooks I got are too small, so I have to buy bigger hooks. Rapidly approaching the place of like, I want to lay on the couch and hide under a blanket and just be done with everything between it. Just, you know, camp is a lot, and then filming is a lot, and then trying to get all this stuff organized is just too much. And then on top of like, I feel like I've been organizing my house for like weeks. But I can't stop because the in-laws are coming over this weekend, which like, I'm so happy to have them over. I am actually really excited to show off my piano room. I am really excited for my father-in-law to like get, you know, have him celebrated because he is a saint of a man and he does so much. And so like, I will do anything for him all day long. But I just kind of want to like pull a blanket over my head and watch movies. I can't do that. So I gotta clean some more stuff up and make dinner. Hello, happy Friday. Today I had bar class this morning, and then I went to my mom's house. She is opening her, let me see if I can put you somewhere. She's opening her Etsy shop, so she had some questions for me. So last week I went to my mom's house after bar on Friday and helped her get her Etsy shop set up. She's been talking about it forever. And so she was kind of, and she like took a course on how to, she's gonna sell quilt patterns. So she took a course on like how to make quilt patterns and all that kind of stuff, because I don't know how to do that. But she had some questions, and she's taken my blogging course because she blogs for her tax business, because she and her friend own a tax business that they've had for 8 years now. So she blogs for that business. So if you have any tax questions, you can go check out First City Income Tax is their business, and they have lots of like commonly asked tax questions on there, which is really handy. So she's been wanting to open an Etsy shop where she can sell her patterns. All of that to say, she was stuck on like the branding, so she was like, can you come over and just like help me figure this out? And so I went over last week and figured out like all the colors we were gonna use, and I figured out the fonts that she liked, and made like a whole mood board for the whole thing, answered a whole bunch of questions about email lists and this and that and the other. And then she was like asking me questions about Etsy, and I just like took her laptop and just made her Etsy shop. So if you have an Etsy shop, I would really appreciate it if you would go and like just favorite her Etsy shop. That would be super good, because you know, anytime that the shop gets traffic, it signals to Etsy that like, oh, we should send more people there. So even if it's not, you know, your jam, if you could go favorite it, that would be super nice. Eventually she's gonna be doing, like I said, mostly patterns, and she has tons of ideas and really cool things. She's almost done with a kayaking quilt pattern, so that one's gonna be up soon. And she's got another pattern for, it's really cool. It's a quilt inspired by the Savannah squares, because downtown is built in like squares. So it's basically like a map downtown. Even if you're not in Savannah, it's still like just a really cool pattern to look at. And she has a couple other ones and some other things like Little Mermaid doll patterns. So she doesn't have all the patterns up because she has to like, you know, just like we have to make products. She has to like she has to make the thing physically. So she has pictures of it, and she has to make the like digital version of it and like make the whole pattern. It's the whole thing. And those things I don't know anything about. But what we did get up is she has some like, you know, things that she's made that are just ready to ship. So she's not gonna have a ton of that, but right now she has a bunch of Little Mermaid dolls that were the hit at the craft show that we did last November. They're so cute. They're little dolls, and they have mermaid tails, and they come off, so they can be like little people in their little dresses, or they can have like their little mermaid tail and be mermaids. So if you have like, you know, if you're going to a birthday party anytime soon, they're really cute. And they come in a whole bunch of different colors, so they have like different tail colors, and they also have different hair colors and different skin colors, so you can get like any color skin, any color hair that you're after. And she has a whole bunch of them like ready to go that can ship out. So I'll link her shop down below. Hopefully by the time you see this, she'll have at least one pattern in there. So if you're into that, great. If you're not, if you could favorite it, and then if you know anyone who is into it, that would be awesome. They're trying to buy a house closer to my grandparents, because, you know, my grandparents are getting older, and so she's spending more and more time out there. But right now they're about 30 or 40 minutes away, so they're trying to buy a house closer, but all the houses closer are expensive. So she's been doing quite a few things. Like she teaches at the technical college around here. She teaches like a tax course there, and all of that money goes into like the house fund, and so this money is also going to go in the house fund. So I'm trying. I would love to be able to do more. Like I would love to be able to like give them some money and be like, here's some money for your down payment, but there is no way they would ever accept that. Considering my dad only lets me pay for lunch at maximum twice a year, Father's Day and his birthday. I'm not even allowed to pay on Mother's Day. But Father's Day or his birthday I can pay, none of the other times. So I'm like, there's no way they would accept that. So this is kind of my contribution, is like, all right, we're gonna get your Etsy shop up, and we're gonna get you sorted, we're gonna get you online. And I offered to do like her Instagram, but we haven't set that up yet. So all of that to say, went and did that last week. And so she had a few more questions this week. So did that, and I got all those clothes that I was getting rid of. I gave her first dibs, so she went through and like found a couple things. A couple of them were hers. I'm trying to do what I can, and what I can is help her set it up and spread the word, because y'all know how it is when you first start a new shop. So that is the story over here. I'm going to wash up my ice cream maker, put it in the freezer, clean this house up, and hopefully have enough time to clean the whole thing before the in-laws come tomorrow. I do have all day tomorrow, so that's good. But yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.